The Global Experience Program is obviously run through Deakin Uni, and it's designed to give students across, I think, all different areas at the university the experience of travelling overseas and working, living, in my case, teaching. So within the teaching education faculty, the Global Experience Program allows you to go and do a placement either overseas, or in my case, I went to the Northern Territory. From Katherine to Top Springs is about 3 hours, and Top Springs is the last town before you get to Largemanu. Top Springs isn't really a town, it's just a pub and a couple of toilets. And in Top Springs, I started to get really nervous because the landscape changed completely. You start to enter the desert country, so you don't have that lush rainforest. The further we drove, the more isolated you get the greatest sense of isolation. You realise exactly how far you're going from everything that you know. We bumped into a group of schoolgirls, the girls from the school in Largemanu, who were on their way back from Katherine. They'd been there on an excursion. And meeting them was sort of made me feel even more nervous as well, because I don't know what I was thinking, but I kind of thought that, they'd speak English, but they do speak English, but with a thick accent, because it's not their first language. And so the others that I was travelling with actually felt more relaxed after meeting the girls, whereas I was a bit more apprehensive. So I suddenly started to worry, what if the community hates me? What if I'm a bad teacher? All these kind of personal insecurities rising to the surface. By the time I sort of settled in, and then I went to meet the class the next day, we were at school the next day and met the students. Within 2 minutes they were climbing all over me, and one of the girls, by the end of the day, had written me a little card that said, "Merry Christmas, I love you." We were there in August.
The people are just very friendly. They come up and chat to you, ask you where you're from. Personally, wasn't worried about too much. It was more exciting than anything. Well, the whole teaching experience at the school was fantastic. You're in there with local people. Some of the students at Malapoa, they don't have electricity. They lived in thatched huts with no power, no running water. They have so little by Western standards, but they're so happy. There's less stresses, there's less worries. And it's just a beautiful place to wake up to every morning. We're all sad to go home and happy to go home at the same time. And we just wish we could bring some of the parts of Vanuatu life and transfer it here. Understand that not everyone comes from your perspective, and you can relate that back to Australia. Not all your students are going to have the same experiences that you had, or what your friends had, or what your families had.
Very hard country to describe to other people who haven't been, because everything's done differently, and not in a bad way, it's just polar opposites to Australia. We got there on the weekend, and so we had a couple of days just to relax, and then the Monday we started. It was very easygoing. We were with the ESL teachers, and they're lovely people, just great people. They're all expats from different areas around the world. So I probably learnt more than anything how to be the best teacher I can be in Australia. It also was fantastic just learning just how to immerse yourself in a different culture. The Great Wall was one of the absolute highlights, because just for me personally, I'd never thought I'd ever be on the Great Wall of China, and being there was just so good. It was just, just amazing, because you see it on everything, but you'd never ever dream you'd be there.
Do it, because when your friends come back, you'll regret that you haven't done it. Because they'll just rave about it until you don't want to hear about it anymore.